Jai Hind, myself Akash Dixit, and I am your history faculty at Pawan Institute for UPSC. In our today's lecture, we will cover the important subject, that is history, and the topic is basics of history. Because as we know, the history is a subject which is important for all exams and most important for UPSC and state PCS examination. So this is our first lecture, and the topic is basics of history, and the target exams are UPSC and various state PCS examinations such as UP PCS, BPSC, Rajasthan PCS, MP PCS, each state PCS examination. This class will be helpful for state PCS examinations students as well. And the medium of this class is English, and you will get further class of this series at our application Pawan Institute for UPSC. If you want to join our other classes, then visit on Play Store and download our application Pawan Institute for UPSC by Akash sir. And for the test and study material PDF notes, you have to visit on Google and search onlystudios.com. This is our first website. Onlystudios.in, this is our second website. And if you want to join with our batches, purchase notes, then our website is buyupscnotes.online. If you want to buy notes, visit there. So this is our first lecture and 28th of March 2024. This is our first lecture, and further lectures, I already mentioned that further lecture of this series you will get in our application Pawan Institute for UPSC. So this is a basic brief of our today's class, and we will cover the history, complete history, and this is for the basic purpose of the class. And in this class we will cover the prehistory, proto-history, and history, and we will also discuss the bifurcations of prehistory, also the bifurcations of proto-history, what is the meaning of prehistory, proto-history, what is the meaning of history, who is the father of the history, each and every concept from very basic to advanced. This is our batch which will cover the each and every aspect of history section, because I am here your faculty of history, geography, and also I am dealing with the geography optional as well. So if you want to think that your history and geography, these portions are sorted for the UPSC state PCS, this is clear. I think we will erase this section and we will move to the further class. Okay, so first of all I will erase, because the introduction at the starting is very important for the student, because in this lecture what kinds of study material, what are the topics covered, this is clear at the starting, then you will understand and you will prepare your notes and ready for the class. So first of all we will try to understand what is the importance of history in UPSC and state PSC examinations, because the importance is most important. uh, we can say focus on the word, that is importance is most important, means there are few subjects whose weightage is very less in UPSC and state PCS examination, and you continuously study that subject till 1 year. So this will not get benefit, you will not get the benefit of that, because you have to not only work hard, you have to work smartly. So you have to focus on the subject which is which carries more weightage and take less time. We will cover first this subject, then after that we will move on the others. We will never left any syllabus, never left any subject or topic, but our the main focus would be, we will cover the first the subject which has high weightage in the examination, so that we will cover the more questions in the examination. So the first point is importance of the history subject in UPSC and various state PCS examination. So the first point is importance of history subject, because as we know, when we start our history subject, this will take around ancient history around take 30 classes, medieval history takes around 20 classes, and the modern history takes around 40 to 50 classes. So this is all about around 100 classes subject, so that the importance of history should be clear at the starting, so that your patience level is maintained, because this is a subject which carries lots of weightage in our examination. Here I clarify that in the UPSC examination, as you know, in UPSC, there are three phases. We will discuss in very brief. Prelims, second one is mains examination, and the third one is interview personality test. Test. So these are the three phases of the UPSC examination. In prelims, there are two papers, that is GS paper 1 and the CSAT paper, Civil Services Aptitude Test. and these are the two papers, both are in MCQ format, and we can say qualifying in nature. Qualifying in a sense that CSAT we need only around 66 marks out of 200, around 33%. So this is qualifying in nature. And GS paper 1 is, we can say, based on the GS paper 1 is cutoff decided, but you have to cross 66 marks for the checking of the GS paper 1. Otherwise, if you not qualify this exam, this paper, the GS paper copy should not be checked and you have failed for this year, and your one attempt is totally waste. So this is the point, GS paper 1. And in GS paper 1 there are various subjects: history, polity, geography, current affair, science and technology, each and every subject available there. So we will deal with the history, importance of history in prelims GS paper 1. We can say GS paper 1 or GS paper because only one paper here. So the weightage of history, and we know as the main history divided into three phases: ancient, medieval and modern. So here ancient, second one is medieval, and third one is modern. Here I am putting the values, number of questions, not exactly number of questions in which year, but you understand what is the importance of history. Each year in UPSC examinations, around 6 to 7 questions from the ancient history, around 5 to 6 questions from the medieval, and around 10 to 12 questions from the modern history. If we take the lower section, then here 21 questions. Okay, and if we take the upper section, there are 25 questions out of 100. So understand, this takes 25% of your prelims examination. And you know, in the prelims, history, polity, geography, current affairs, science and technology, international relations, various topics, various subjects available, but this history covers the 25% of your prelims examination. So you, from here you understand that what is the importance of history. Some people think that history is very boring subject, we will not cover the history, we will leave the history, and we will clear the examination on the basis of geography, polity. Some people do, some extraordinary people, one people from the 200 number of aspirants, this will happen. But if we generally say that leave the one subject, leave ancient history, medieval history, and go in films, sit films and clarify the films, this will not happen with the in journal. So this is the point. So this carries around 20 to 25% in prelims examination, and this is the core subject which is required. We can say to clear the prelims. So this will, I think, clear in your mind. GS paper 1 carries around 20 to 25%. So think in mind, history is very important. And in Asian, the weightage of medieval in UPSC is less, but in state PCS exams, the weightage of medieval is not less like that. So this is clear. In the mains examination, I think those who study the syllabus pattern, who knows, in GS paper 1, the syllabus of history, geography, society available, and in the mains these papers are totally in written format. So these papers carries 250 marks. So out of 250 marks, approx 80 to 100 marks carried by the history section. So here around 80 to 100 marks out of 250 carried by the history subject. So this is also important for examination. So some people think that only 80 marks out of 1750 we will left here, but try to understand history, build your basics to understand geography, because one important code which is given by Herodotus, who is also known as the father of the history: all history must be treated geographically and all geography must be treated historically. So the father of history given this statement, so that you have to understand that history helps in geography, history helps in polity, polity helps to understand history, geography helps to understand history. Each and every subject which is available in our syllabus interrelated with each other, so that the toppers, the teachers always say that not read any subject separately, try to inculcate, try to join the, we can say, thread in each other, so that we will understand the entire concept. So this is the point, this is the importance in prelims is around 20 to 25%, because I am focusing more and more repeating the thing, because this is our basic lecture. After that, when the class will start, we will move in second, third, fourth, fifth lectures. These things not discussed there, this is only for the first class. So that I am focusing here, because if you understand these things, then you always we can say very cautious about the class, and read, understand each and everything, thinking in mind that this subject is important for the examination. So that I am focusing here. And mains around 100 marks, and interview also, you also know that there are few questions. So the main purpose here, the history is the subject we will never neglect for the UPSC and state PSS examination, because this will build our foundation for the further subject. And we will, when add when we will join one thread from another thread from like geography with history, then we will understand, we will get outcome from there. Because in mains, the professor who is checking our copies is totally well qualified, lots of experience, he understand. uh, mm, in the mains examination, your face is not in front of the examiner, only your copy, your words in front of the examiner. So he or she will not know what is your qualification, from where you do your bachelor's or all that. But your words, your copy, always blueprint of your personality, your knowledge. So the when we can say mentioned not only one subject, we are not going in only one direction. When we will add history with polity, polity with history, then the answer will look like a totally different from the others. And we will, when we will do the different things with others or as compared to the others, then we will get good outcome. So this is the point, this is the importance of history in our examination. And now we will try to understand what is the meaning of history and the further divisions of the history and each and every aspect. So from today, clear in your mind, this is a very important subject, we will never neglect this subject. And this is for UPSC, and we mentioned also here state PCS, so that lots of students preparing for the UPSC also for the state PCS. So here state PCS, and here I am writing state PCS. It's not mean that UP PCS, Bihar PCS, Rajasthan PCS, MP PCS. This is generally for the all PCS examinations. Okay, so around 30 to 35 questions out of 150 questions in the pre-examination of state PCS examination, and generally you will see in the UP PCS, Bihar PCS examinations. So that here, from here you also understand this is also important for the history. And in any exam, around 15 to 20% weightage of history is, we can say, compulsory, because this is a core subject: history, geography, polity, and economy. These are the four core subjects, and with interrelation with the current affair makes the aspirant or student, we can say, comes like a flying with colors. Okay, so this is the important. And now we will move to the history, and we will erase here. So from today onwards, you will never say that the, because some people, some student telling me, I'm messaging me on WhatsApp, telling, sir, please kindly guide me if I left the ancient history portion, because this is not going in our mind. So if I left the subject and cover the other subject, then this will helpful for me. I totally say the risk is totally yours, the attempt is totally yours. Only I will share the information with you, and this is the information. It will not only 6 to 7 questions, some years around 10 questions also. So this is, we can say, acts on your legs. So this is totally based on your mindset. So this is the basics regarding to the weightage of the history in the UPSC examination, importance of this subject in the UPSC and PCS exam. So now the point is, our main point is comes like sorry, what is the meaning of history and division of the history. And now we will start our history section. So the history is made up of two words, and the point is that, what is the, first of all we will try to understand what is the meaning of history. What is the meaning? Because this is the one of the important thing, what is the meaning. So the history is a word which comes from Greek word historia. Greek word greek word what is the word? Historia. So what is the meaning of historia? The meaning of historia is inquiry. What is the meaning of historia? Is inquiry. So what is the meaning of inquiry? Investigation, investigation, or knowledge acquiring by the investigation or documentation. So what is the meaning of inquiry? Knowledge acquired from the investigation or documentation. So this is the Greek word historia. From here the history comes, and what is the meaning of history is inquiry, and what is the real meaning of inquiry is investigation. So what is the meaning of history? That is, meaning is investigation or inquiry. This is clear to everyone. And in general words, we also said that what is the history? Study of our past, study of our past. This is a journal point, but the exact meaning of this is history is a Greek. The word history comes from Greek word. This is the Greek word historia, from where this word comes. And what is the meaning of historia? That is inquiry. What is the meaning of inquiry? Inquiry means investigation. So the meaning of history is investigation, inquiry, documentation. So I think this is clear to everyone. And the next point is, who is the father of history? As I mentioned earlier, the father of history is, because in the various examinations question comes, the father of history is Herodotus. Herodotus. So he is a father of history. He given a quote, important quote. Write down in your note, that is the all history must be treated geographically and all geography must be treated historically. So write down this quote, used in the mains examination. The quote by the Herodotus said that all history must be treated geographically and all geography must be treated historically. So this is the quote of the father of the history, Herodotus. So this is the meaning, this is the general meaning of the history. So people say that history is divided into various divisions, such as prehistory, proto-history, and history. So what is these three divisions? So now we will discuss these three divisions. This is clear to everyone. History comes from Greek word. Sometime in exams a question comes as the word historia gives the outcome of the history. So the historia is a which language word? Which language word? Historia. Answer is Greek word. What is the meaning of term historia? Second question, that is inquiry. What is the meaning of inquiry? In general examinations, in state PCS or in group D examination, question comes like that. What is the meaning of historia? What is the meaning of inquiry? Who is the father of the history? Who gave this quote? All history like that. So this is the Herodotus, and in general study of our past is known as history. So these are the questions which come from these topics, and these are the not. I am saying this question in previous years exams, these questions also comes. Some people think that these are very basic, because I am dictating now, so in your mind each and everything continuously revising, so that you think that these are very easy things. But when you move 2 months, 3 months, 1 year, then I use the term that which language. Someone said German language, someone said Greek language, someone different language, different answers. What is the meaning of historia? Some people giving that this is a book, this is not the word like that, because some people have different thoughts. So keep revising these things, because these are the important points. So now we will cover the three important aspects. People saying that what is prehistory, proto history, and history, because continuously we can say people are using these terms. And as far as UPSC and state PCS concerned, right now the history portion is most important. People said that the prehistory is also important. Yes, also important, but we will not deal in very deep. So the point is division of history. Division of history. Some of you ask me question, why we will divide history? Everyone knows why we will divide anything, for the better understanding. For the better understanding, why division of history based on the, like as prehistory, proto-history, history. Why? Because there are some fluctuations, some changes from one place to another place, so that we will divide things. This is clear. So division of history, to first one is prehistory. The second one is proto-history. Proto-history. Here I can use history to understand inquiry. Third one is journal history or history. So these are the three basic divisions of the history. So the people, some of you asking that, please give me the time period. So write down here, different books have different time period. So here write 5 lakh BCE to 10,000 BCE. This is the time period of prehistory, general time period of prehistory. And we can say this is a period of prehistory, and not exactly we can say prehistory. If we take in other words, here you can write 3000. I think this is clear to everyone. 3000. Proto-history is a time period of Indus Valley civilization, so around we can say 3000 to 1500. What is BCE, BCAD? We will discuss CE. The journal period of history is around 1500 or 1000 till now. Till now. So this is the general bifurcation of the history. Prehistory is further divided into three parts. Proto-history is further divided into two parts. History is further divided into three parts. So this is the length and width of the subject. So here prehistory, proto-history, history. What is the meaning of pre, proto, and history? We will discuss here. Pre, proto, and history. What is the meaning of prehistory, proto-history, and history? So write down, this is important. Prehistory is a time period of human life where there will be no script found. No script or no writing. There will be no script, no writing available. So the point of language, nothing there, because there is no script, no writing available. So what is the prehistory? This is a time period of human life where there will be no script, no writing available. So this is prehistory. What is proto-history? It is a time period of human life where scripts available, but not deciphered. Not deciphered means the scripts are available, the languages, the terms, the we can say document which is written on the stones available, but these are not deciphered yet, because they are using, the people said that they are using a very tough languages, we can't decipher right now. So language available, but we don't know what kinds of things they write, what are the words they write, we will not understand, we will not decipher it. And history is a time period, scripts available and well deciphered. So in previous 5 to 6 minutes ago I mentioned that in UPSC and state PSC examination the most important topic is history. Why? Because writings is not available, writings available but not deciphered. So the examiner how make the question, on which basis they make the question. So this is the first important point. History is important. Prehistory, no script, no writing. Proto-history, script available, not deciphered. History is a time period, scripts available, well deciphered. So this is the three important points, three important terms you have to write in your notes. So I think this is also clear to you. And now the point is comes the further division of prehistory, proto-history, and history. So prehistory further divided into three parts. That is, prehistory further divided into three parts: Paleolithic, second one is Mesolithic, third one is Neolithic. We will cover each and every topic in detail. These are the three further divisions of the prehistory. Proto-history further divided into two parts, that is Harappan civilization. Harappan civilization is one of the important topic for the UPSC. Only this topic is most important from the proto-history for the UPSC and various other exams. Harappan and Chalcolithic. And history is further divided into three parts: ancient, medieval, and the modern. So now from there you understand why we will take around 100 lectures to cover the complete history. This is the reason. This is the main and important reason, because this is a very vast syllabus, vast subject, so that this will cover the 25% of our examination. So here the Paleolithic further divided into three parts. So first division is lower Paleolithic age, second is middle Paleolithic age, and the third one is upper Paleolithic age. So three divisions of the Paleolithic. So this is also important. The time period, if you want to write 1 lakh from here 5 lakh to 140 BCE. The middle Paleolithic start from 140 to 40,000 BC, and the upper Paleolithic from 40,000 BC to 10,000 BCE. So this is the division of the upper Paleolithic. So I think this is clear to everyone. And the Mesolithic phase is 10,000 BCE to 6,000 BCE, and the Neolithic time period is 6,000 BCE to 3,000 BCE. So this is the time period of Paleolithic, Mesolithic, and Neolithic. I am covering in quick mode so that you will get also notes from our official websites. So download from there, because these are the only these are the, we can say, the maps, mind maps. We will cover each and every aspect in detail. This topic takes one class, this topic take one class, this topic take one class, this topic take two class, this topic take three class. So here only, this is the mind map, this is the road map. Harappan civilization around 2500, or we write here around 3000 to 1500. So this is the Harappan civilization time period, and this is Chalcolithic, ancient history, medieval history, modern history. If we write 1000 to around 7000, 7000 to 1500, 15 to now, so this is the time period you will get in our notes. So this is the division of the history, why we will divide for the better understanding based on the different tools, based on the stones, based on the different aspects of the life. So this is the clear to everyone. I think this is a division of the history, and we will uh, cover, I think, the syllabus, the pattern, the importance of the history subject, and we will further cover the other classes in our official application. So this is our, we can say, a basics of history, pattern of the history. So I think these things clear to everyone, because this is a topic which is important, not only for the UPSC but also for the state PCS examination. So I will erase, note down these things, and we will discuss some more things. And now after that we will end our today's lecture, and we will meet again in our next lecture. So I think this is clear to everyone. So this is the division, and now we will understand some basic points, how the humans evolved, how the history starts. So everyone, I think, know, or if you not know, they write down. Africa is known as cradle of mankind. Africa, Africa means Africa continent. Africa is known as cradle of mankind, means this is the first place where the humans evolved, from where the humans evolution movement, each and every journey of human beings started. So that the Africa is known as cradle of mankind. And the roughly map of Africa continent is here. This is present settlement of the Africa. So maps are also important, and I also take your geography lecture. So this is the 0 degree equator. This is around 23.5 degree, that is Tropic of Cancer, and this is Tropic of Capricorn, 20.5 degree south, Tropic of Capricorn. So this is a roughly map of Africa. So why we will say that Africa is cradle of mankind? This is the equatorial rainforest area, and everyone knows this is the desert area. I marks cut so that you understand from the diagram. This is the desert area, desert region. This is the forest region, equatorial forest. Why word equatorial? Because this is near equator, 0 degree. We will deal in geography. And this is the area of the grassland. Sometime here forest, so understand, this is grassland. So the evolution theory of Charles Darwin, which explains that the human beings at first arrived on the Africa continent and in this equatorial forest region, and from here they started migration, they started exploration, they moved in different direction, we can say all direction. The beings who gave in the desert area most probably died. Some people goes in that direction, some people died, some people survived, and they are moving in each and every direction, and from here they will move in each and every direction and explore all out the world. We will draw the world map and we will understand how. So the area of Africa forest region, from here the exploration is started, and the human beings, the theory of Charles Darwin explains that how the people evolved from Australopithecus to Homo habilis, Homo erectus, Homo neanderthals, Homo sapiens, and now Homo sapiens sapiens. So this is the journey of the human evolution, which is given by Charles Darwin. And at first the human beings evolved in this region of the equatorial rainforest, and from here they moved in the different direction. So this is the point, and this is so that the Africa is known as cradle of mankind, and from here the exploration is started. And we will cover in our further classes that how the people start movement, because when the people move, they are not only moved, they also, we can also say that the flow of the knowledge, so knowledge also flow with the people, so they explore throughout the world, and we will cover in our next classes. So I think this is clear to everyone. We will start our pre-history in our next lecture. If you want to join our in our classes, then download our official application Pawan Institute for UPSC from the Play Store, and join our history batch and cover each and every class from there. So this is from today from my side. If any kinds of issue, any kinds of mistake committed by me, I am sorry for that. Mention in the comment box, I will definitely work on that. And if you have doubt regarding to this class, any point, anything, if you have any kinds of doubt, then write in the comment box, send me through mail, and we will also always happy to assist you. So please keep studying, continuously focusing in your goal, because success takes time, success needs time. But if you continuously working, giving your best in any direction with your total patience, perseverance and dedication, definitely this will take time, but at the end you will get good result and comes with flying colors. So with these well wishes, I am ending our today's lecture, and we will meet in our next classes for the further classes. For further details, for further subject, we will also cover the history, geography, each and every subject. Also, you will get the notes test from our official website I mentioned earlier. So keep studying, keep learning, keep supporting, be patient, and you will definitely clear your exams. We will meet in our next class. Till then, Jai Hind, Vande Mataram.